Hello, Libra friends, Libra family. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. And for those of you who it's your first time here, welcome. I'm Denise. This is Surrender to the Flow Tarot. Today I will be doing the April monthly reading for the collective of Libra. Any of the 11 placements, they will all work. Monthly readings are done here week by week. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's it start? How's it end? And then clarifications. And then I usually pull one oracle card at the end overall. So hold on. I'm a little cold. I'm going to put my little heater on. Hi. Sorry. Thank you. Hi. The decks that I'm using, wait till you see them. The oracle is the Native Heart Healing Oracle. So these are cards with mandalas on them. So when we get here, I'll hold up the card with the mandala so you can screenshot it. And then there's the books have a bunch of words, but there's a meditation, a mandala meditation in there. And it's too wordy for me to read them all. So I've been holding that up so you can screenshot that. So you can work with it if you want to. It's up to you. And the tarot we're using is the Kei Tarot Love. This deck is so dope. Look at the cute box, right? But hold on. Look at the inside. That's a crystal. The creator did this so that you can have an altar everywhere you go. Love, 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 love. And wait till you see the art. It's bananas. It's bananas. Okay. Ignore those. I have a lot of health things going on, and it's not terminal, but I am physically unwell, and it's going to be pretty intense for me very, very soon. So I might be stepping away while I'm in recovery, but that's to be determined. But this is just from, the processing. Okay, so. Oh. In the description box below, I will have timestamps so that you can come back and look at each week as it goes along, or when you're in the week, you can go back and rewatch it to see how it links up or whatever. You know what I mean? If you need to go back in the week that you're in to like hear guidance, whatever. It's for you guys to make whatever you need it for, easier for whatever you need it for. Okay, so we're going to start. I'm going to do how's it start and how's it end for each week. And then we'll get into week 1. Libra family. Libra family. La familia. Okay, how does week 1 start for Libra brethren, sistrins, and themtherns? How is week 1 starting? The 4 of Pentacles. Feeling a little unsure and holding on. Yeah, well, let's see. The Hierophant. All right, so there's a calling happening to you right now. It's tied into your soul line and your soul contract. We'll see. The Tower didn't fall. Look at these, the Tower. So that's been going on. Little restructuring of the foundation. Something has to fall away. Behavior, a reaction instead of a response. It has to do with making ourselves smaller in some way, but I want you to think about it. The 4 of Pentacles is holding on to resources. You've worked hard to get where you are, and now you've probably just leveled up some and you've maintained it for a bit. So you're at a point where you're reassessing almost, but I don't think you're consciously doing that. You're at a point where you're like, okay, here's where I am. You're at a point where something externally has appeared to you, which is, you're like, wait a second. that's where I want to be. Like, that's where I'm meant to be. But then where you are is newer for you. So you're still a little bit scared to let yourself go. You feel me? We didn't even get, okay. The High Priestess. That's right. You go. You go. You go. You go. All right. How's week 1 ending? The Knight of Cups. Okay, so it's about preparing your heart to be open. And this could be you, someone else, we don't know yet, but it's definitely action, actively opening. I feel like, since this even started with the High Priestess, that this may be a very 5D oriented reading, but I feel like it might be, we'll see, right? But my prediction is a bunch of pentacles, some cups. I think it's going to be pentacles and divine heavy. I've never done a prediction, like, I've never done that before. Okay. I think them in my head, but I don't usually say them. Week 1, how's it ending for my Librans? Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot. That's 4. Let me put these guys down. The Moon, the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, the Temperance. Yep, okay. This is going to be a fun reading. All right, hold on. Wow. I'm trying to figure out how to get this so I'll have space for all of this stuff that's about to go. This is a lot, taking up a lot of space. And also so I can see it. Well, we're going to get into this in a minute. I mean, after I do all of them, but let me look at this for a second. Week 2 is ending sandwiched by the divine. And the human 3D things that are in here are the 2 of Cups, which is working with the divine to open yourself up, to make an offer or accept an offer, or to be ready for an offer of co-communion, where you see something that you are really, it's fulfilling emotionally. It's fulfilling, not emotionally, because I don't want to say that. It fulfills it contributes to the fullness of your heart chakra, and you want to keep seeing what's underneath it. You want to explore it, and it's something that is reciprocal, or you at least feel like there's reciprocity there. But there's also, so the other is the Knight of Swords, which is not being afraid to cut out whatever doesn't work for you and taking swift action. And it could also be like running to the aid of someone. But we got the Moon in Temperance. That's a whole lot of, we ain't really going to tell you what's going on, Libra. We're not going to tell you the details. This is what we're giving you. All right, we'll get there. Okay, just to mention it, the bottom of that for the first week was the Fool and the 4 of Pentacles. The keeping yourself small, right? That's funny how that came out right here. And the Fool, which is letting yourself jump so you can expand. On the split was the 7 of Swords and the Queen of Cups. And let me look at the Lovers. Yep. I feel like it's a betrayal that has happened in the past, and you're still processing some of it, but it's betrayal of yourself. Like, you're being aware now. Look at the truth on here, right? You're being aware now of the ways you're betraying yourself. And I think they're not huge, big, well, for some of you, they're all different levels, but for some of you, it might not even be, it's like a tower, but like a small tower, you know? Not like a huge, it could even be like a 4 of Swords situation where it's that level of attention and it's not like bigger, you know? Okay, week 2, how does it start? Week 2. I don't like, it makes my, I don't know what to do with these cards. Okay, just, energy. It's all, the energy flow over here is causing dissonance in my, okay. Week 2. How's it start? It starts in the Page of Pentacles in reverse. How's it end? It ends with the Three of Wands in reverse and the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. Okay. Curious. My word. Okay, I see this here. Interesting. Don't worry, I'll show you these. Of course, they're so beautiful. Week 3, how's it starting? I'm so thankful all those cards didn't come out. The Ace of Wands. Okay. I'm feeling like you're getting ready to take action in week 2. Something's going on that fundamentally switches something for you, and you're like coming back out there. Week 3. That's a lot of cards. That's okay. How's it start? The Eight of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Okay, it feels like it could be something you're really drawn to and attracted to, and it feeds into it fuels your creative fire, and it's inspiring, and it's enlivening, and it's equal. It looks equal. It's simultaneous uplift, whatever it is, but you're worried. I think you're worried it might not be. There's a little bit of anxiety because it's probably new for you, and you're trying to. It might be your first experience, your first real experience with whatever you've been struggling with. So, like if it had been a breakup or something, right, or being single or whatever, this is your first practical experience with you on the level that you're now at. You feel me? Okay, let's see how week 3 is ending. The Four of Pentacles. What's with this Four of Pentacles? It's like, okay. It's ending with the Four of Pentacles. Okay. How's week though? Let me see what that is. The Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. I'm gonna flip them since I looked at them. Okay. Week 4. Week 4. Wow. Week 4. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And how's it ending? The Ten of Pentacles. I'll show it to you because it didn't come out. So pretty, right? The Ten of Pentacles. How's week 4 ending? It's ending with the Queen of Pentacles sideways going into the reverse. So we want to watch out for that. Okay, so it's ending with a bunch of self-care. Or needing to go deeper in the self-care. The split for the whole reading is the Ace of Pentacles, not surprised, and the Tower. Oh, that's awesome. The Seven of Wands. It's coming out of a long phase of feeling like you have to prove yourself. Your self-worth is stronger than it's ever been. Your idea of yourself, your belief, your knowing of yourself, and the care and keeping of yourself is all coinciding, so much so that the universe is now gifting you with the beginning of the path to your longevity, your legacy, your generational wealth, to having the highest vibrational resources in every way that can manifest, in every way a resource can manifest. And it's so, Pentacles are all about resources, currency, energy, time, money. Okay, and whatever else could fit in there. That's what this is. So the beginning of that is literally laying the foundation. It's committing to, it's a recognition of source, and it's a recognition of how source shows up for you in your material world, and what the connection is between you and source, so that you learn how to utilize it, right? And then it's so that's going to be like self-care specific to you. That's going to do when you do those things and you reflect, you're going to have a list of things that you need as necessities for you, for your foundation, and you're going to have to implement them. And that's what this is saying. You're in a place where you're ready to hold that. You're ready to handle all of that. And you are destined for success, right? The Ten of Pentacles, right? And it is, yeah, the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So this is, and the Two of Wands. Oh, no, the Three of Wands. Threes. Letting yourself take, yeah, knowing all of that, implementing the things that you're learning. It's important that you have an awareness open for whatever you're involved in. Should feel good in your heart chakra, in your solar plexus. It should feel good in your energetic, in your bone, in your, you know what I'm saying, inside you, in your nerves, in your central nervous system. It should, but I don't know if I would keep on to say should, but I don't know what else to say. But you want to look out for, you'll know you're on the right path when whatever it is you're attracted to fully contributes to you holistically all at once. Not potential, but it is. And it's a positive fuel source, and it's a positive mirror. You want it to be that, and something that you're drawn to, and that's what's going on. There's something coming in your life, or that you're maybe in already, that is it's taking you to the next level of you. You're gonna become the next level of you that you haven't shown yet, that is new to you. You know what I'm saying? And everyone who you work with on any capacity, from intimate relationship to partner to everything else, every single capacity, they will be only those who contribute. You are both who contribute to your longevity and your legacy, who are helping build the steps. You know what I mean? And it's not just them with you, it's you with them. It's reciprocal. It's equal. You might not be both moving to the same thing, but where you are contributes to both of your outcomes. Do you understand what I'm saying? Even your romantic partner, like you two are going to create something together. You're either going to be like in a business together, or you will both be muses for each other, but in the most, not in a muses and teammates. Do you know what I'm saying? For each other. The deepening of your relationship will deepen both of your creative outlets in every way. You feel me? Will open up new synapses and all that stuff, however that stuff is worded. I don't know. Okay. So let's get into week 1. All right. Week 1. And I moved these. Oh, I didn't. Well, I'll show you them as we get there. There's so much going on here. It's very lovely. Okay, week 1 is the High Priestess. That's how the week is starting, and we're going to see how she shows up. So this is probably you to yourself a good amount. Like you're keeping to yourself a good amount. There's a balance of solitude and coexistence, I guess. Major Arcana, and then look at the minors. It's really cool, right? Okay. Let's see. How is the High Priestess showing up? Are we going to use this deck? I don't know. Yes. Yes? No, not the girls. No. Not the curious creatures. It might be the light seers. Oh, it's the night. Wow. It's the night sun. Woo! My word. It's the night sun. That's the other side. Okay. Jeez. All right. How is the High Priestess showing up for Libra in week 1? How is the High Priestess showing up for Libra in week 1? Yes. Just wanted to make sure they were turned to the correct orientation. The Knight of Wands, sideways going into the reverse. Ooh, the Knight of Wands sideways going into the reverse. Intentionally holding and tempering. It's tempering those impulses. The Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Swords. Yeah. It's showing up as complete separation from anything, but it's, I think, one specific thing, but it's whatever that is, it's anything. It's recognizing that something you were participating in is not working for you. It was hurting you more than it's helping you. And you've tried all these other things, and where you are now is you have to completely separate your energy and pull it back here and put the focus. This is where the focus wants to go, into temperance, into using faith as a compass. So it's the Knight of Wands, right, which is Sagittarius, and then Temperance, which is the other Sagittarius. It's about regulating your energetic. Oh, morphine is what's coming to my brain, but I'm using morphine because you are folks whose probable number one or very prominent way of communication is through energy, is to feeling it and it translates for you. Where was I going with this? So, when we use the word feeling, I don't mean an emotional feeling. I mean a feeling, like you feel it in your body. It's a sensation. So this is about learning how to regulate those sensations that really, they light all the chakras, especially the sacral. You feel me? That kind of thing. It's saying you need to have a little bit more discernment because you're not fully aligned. And if you go with this, it's going to hurt you, not help you. You're going to bring lessons on yourself you already have learned. You don't need to go back there. You know what I'm saying? And by doing that, you know what happens? The wheel turns. The wheel turns and you are in, look, her back. You are in, but she's separated herself, right? But she's still present. She will cut a bitch immediately if she needs to. Like you know what I'm saying? Okay, Libra. The Eight of Pentacles is underneath the Six of Swords. Exactly. It's becoming a master alchemist. In this case, of yourself, of your energy, of how your energy shows up, how you interpret it, how you feel it, what's it feel like in your, you know, what you do with it. You feel me? How to recognize it. It's all of that. Okay, so how does week 1 end? It ends with the Moon. I held these up, didn't I? The Two of Cups. I did, but I'll hold it up again. The Knight of Swords and the Temperance. Okay, I really want to see how the Two of Cups is showing up, and then we'll get into the other ones. How is the Two of Cups showing up for Libra? The Moon. So it's the 5D, possibly dream state. The Moon came out twice, so this is, and the High Priestess. So this is more of, I don't think this is like hiding or like darkness, but it is. It's an aspect of your shadow because, like we said in the beginning with week 1, with that drive that you can feel from, because the sensation feels so good and it's lighting up all these things, and you're getting like pulled. What the hell? Where was I going? Oh my God. Okay, I guess I didn't want me to say that. All right. Gonna see what happens there. Hold on. This had to do with the Moon. Oh, in that way, it's your shadow. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't have to be this deep, nefarious shadow. But the origin of why you react that way could be something of a wound way, way, way back. But you feel me? Okay. So I don't really feel like this is totally that. I feel like it is looking at that, but what the more prevalent presence of the Moon is the intuition side, is to resting in the stillness of the Moon, of the serenity of the Moon. Work with selenite. Work with selenite right now. Meditations under the moons, when the moons come, with selenite, okay? Okay, how is the Two of Cups energy showing up? And so that's on the 5D is what I'm saying. I think a lot of this, whoever this person is, or there's a strong connection right now. It's not really in the 3D, it's in the 5D. The Lovers. Wow. The Lovers. Wow. The Judgment and the Sun. It's showing up, okay. The Three of Pentacles again. So this is connected into, and the High Priestess under that. This is directly into who you're co-creating with right now. You're on the right path. You have become who you are co-creating with right now is contributing to your becoming. Literally who you are. You are becoming a more authentic the most authentic version of you. Oh my God, the Queen of Pentacles under the Sun, the Empress under the Queen of Pentacles. Jesus, Libra. Yo, April is dope for you. You are on point. You are on point. So readers read this as the happiest card in the deck, and it is, but I interpret it differently, and this is what it is for me. Both of these together is 1000%. Look at all the gold. Look at all the crown chakra. Look at it all, right? Earth star, whatever, solar star, all of that is getting. This is you and your most authentic self. You have embodied it. You're committed to it, and you've maintained it for long enough that this is now where you are. This is the frequency that you're on. You have answered the calling, and you have let yourself expand into the Empress, the Queen of Pentacles, which is the, so I know the Empress is Libra and Taurus, right? And so that's Queen of Swords and King of Pentacles. But for me, how the Empress shows up in a reading through a card is the Queen of Pentacles. That's the mini Empress. Do you feel me? That's self-care, that's understanding resources and currency, that's considering yourself and holding yourself sacred. That's the Empress, which is all of the queens, which is all the badassery and fierceness and gentleness. But you feel me? You are so full, you are becoming, you are stepping into that more than you ever have. It's on you now, and now you're fine-tuning it. You know what I'm saying? So fucking hell yeah. So I'm going to ask another question about the Lovers, because it sometimes is about yourself, but I don't really ever feel like it's that. It's the Twin Flames card. It's the Soulmates card. It's the Divine Counterpart card. And it came up under the Two of Cups of how it's showing up. So how is the Lovers energy showing up? It may very well be. It's just that whatever this connection is definitely fated. It's destined. You are tied, and it's happening. It's happening. You can't see it. You can't see it. That's what I think. But it's there. And the advice is to go within. Go within. The thing that maybe we're cutting out here, because I'm Libra too, is you'll know when I relate to it personally, because I'll say we. Otherwise, I'll be saying you know what I mean? So there's also, you'll know when I also am like, okay, this is very much, because it'll just come out. It's not intentional. Okay. The things that we may be cutting out are those behaviors that didn't serve us. Those it's the dysregulation of emotions and energies and that stuff. That's what I feel like. Okay, so how is the Lover's energy showing up for Libra? It's showing up as the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, look at this. Look at this, homie. This is a cool deck. Do I need the Seven of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune? I think it's showing up the Knight of Swords. I don't know. The Queen of Swords under the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Hold on. I think it's showing up in different ways for you and whoever this main energy is that this reading is resonating with you on. Okay. How else is the Lover showing up? The Seven of Cups. Okay. The Page of Swords. All right. It's showing up as it's showing up as no clarity, confusion, so many choices of what the actual options are or what the truth is, or where you feel really what it's saying is you're separated from yourself. Do you know what I mean? And there's an element of attachment still, and where you're looking for information, but there's from outside of you. Let's see, how else does the Lover show up? I can't wait. I don't know. I'm very curious to see what this resolves as. The Five of Pentacles sideways. The Page of Wands. The Eight of Cups. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune. It's showing up as walking away, as this not working, as you needing to cut things out for yourself, that your behaviors you're still using, reactions instead of responses. That's for you and for them. They're in this too. It's showing up as there's a lot of like hurt still, you know, there's hurt still here. It's deep hurt. I don't mean a lot. I mean, the hurt that is felt is very deep. It might be that you've definitely expanded higher than it. So, but it still hurts. And there's still part of you attached to it, and it's a belief you have. How else is the Lovers showing up? It's definitely shifted. It's shifting. It's showing up as things being over. Things being over the way that they were. No more. Everything that existed before in the interactions between you, they're done. You can't interact in the same ways, of the negative ways, right? All of the negative ways. And you know who showed up, Libra? The Emperor. The Lovers is showing up as the Emperor. That's what I was feeling. Like, this is for both of you, but so for the emperors of this is the Emperor feeling like this is them looking at what they did and how they contributed. The Eight of Cups, the Queen of Swords. I'm going to ask specifically about the Emperor. How is the Emperor energy? How is the Two of Cups energy and the Lovers energy showing up for the Emperor? It's Aries, doesn't have to be. It could even be yourself. It could be that masculine side of you. It's showing up as the Sun in reverse. Did you see it? It fell right on me. Not in their authentic power. That's what it is. And that's what I'm feeling. They're really at the beginnings of figuring out what they did. They're at a different point than you are, okay? The Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles. It's interesting I said the wheel. I don't want to say that. The Three of Cups is under here. So how does the Emperor feel about Libra? I'm just gonna ask and see what they say, because I want to make sure I'm intuiting it right. I'm translating it because I'm not, well, it's both. How does the Emperor feel? What is the Emperor's true feelings about Libra? One card. And what are the Emperor's true feelings? Where are they right now? First card. What are the Emperor's true feelings? The Knight of Cups in reverse. And where are they right now? The Emperor. They are in the Five of Cups and the King of Cups. So your Emperor might also be Scorpio or a water sign. Doesn't have to. They know, okay, they have a lot of love for you. There's a lot of love for you, and there's regret on their part. There's deep, deep, deep regret, and they are wallowing in that. They've been wallowing in the regret part. How they feel about you is the Knight of Cups in reverse. And what I feel like is that it's in reverse because they want their heart to be, your heart is with you, but they cannot offer it to you right now. The Ace of Cups and the Six of Swords. Yeah, they're healing. They're going through it. Okay, well, I'm glad I did that so we could figure that out. Am I going to take those? So put them back in? I am, because I clarified the clarifier. Okay. Okay. So, this is literally, there's stuff going on. The hidden stuff is the 5D stuff, is the stuff that you can't see, but it's causing you stress, because this has been going on a long time, right? And because you haven't gotten validation, confirmation, acknowledgement from outside of you, it gets really hard for you to totally trust in your intuition. And whenever that comes up, the clear message here is for you to take a step back, cut that bullshit out, right? And throw yourself into this flow of the universe. Throw yourself back into you. I am grateful. I am so grateful that I get to participate, have the opportunity to have a human experience. Just say that and then see where you go from there. You know what I mean? Anything that will help you shift the focus immediately to the more pressing, important, underlying thing, which is you, your light body. You feels me? Okay, week 2. Wow. We're at 42 minutes and we're only now getting into week 2, but that's how it goes. It's how it goes sometimes. Okay, week 2 was the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the 5 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. Okay, so since your person is showing up in here too, I'm going to keep that in mind with how this is. So some of these might be both of you or one or the other, you know? Okay, why is the Page of Pentacles in reverse for Libra? Why is it in reverse? Why is it in reverse? It might not even be for you. Why is the Page of Pentacles in reverse? Thank you. It's in reverse because of the 3 of Wands. What is it that is halting this from happening? What is it that is halting this? The 8 of Cups. The Fool. The Justice. For both of you, okay? You were both still holding on because you both kind of aren't totally sure where the other one is. And that's preventing you both. You're both a little bit scared too to let go. But let's just do this for you. You are still afraid a little bit to let go. You've taken the steps forward, but there's still, until you fully emotionally detach yourself, you're enmeshed still, and you need to take that away. You need to call your energy back and hold it to you. Until you do that, you're not diving all the way deep into you. That's the one thing that's holding you. You got to look at how you are still enmeshed, why you are still enmeshed, what's the original core wound, reason for that wound, and what can you do, what do you need to do to heal it? And all the while staying active, not like depressed in your head thinking about this, an active. You're the Page of Pentacles. It's just in reverse right now. The Queen of Pentacles, right? The Page of Pentacles. You are a beginner's mind. So you are actively engaged and present with this. You're not, it's not the negative side. You feel me? You're bearing witness. Okay. There's nothing that you can do to bring justice to them. This is how justice comes to them, by you and to the situation, by you fully embodying you and being committed fully to you. Do you feel me? You have to remove your energy. Oh, I know that's hard. All right, I know it. Okay. The Five of Wands in reverse and the Four of Swords in reverse. So this is saying to me that there's been a bunch of healing that has happened, and it's specifically around you feeling insecure in the ways that show up. And yeah, and it's tied into boundaries somehow and healing. So what is the question? I think you're figuring that out and you're coming out of it. Because you go into, for week 3, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands, right? So that's something going on there. Why is the Five of Wands in reverse? Wow. Thank you. The Page of Wands and the Nine of Swords in the upright. The Five of Wands is in reverse because of the Page of Wands and the Nine of Swords. This is tied into the Nine of Swords, Temperance, and the Ace of Wands. Why the Nine of Swords? How is the Nine of Swords energy showing up as the Four of Cups? I love this Four of Cups. Sideways, going into the upright. You realize that you're creating narratives. You're not seeing what's right there. You're creating narratives to fill in the blanks where it's not your place and you're wrong, straight up wrong. So, Two of Cups and the King of Swords. Yep. And so you're aware now and you're going to cut that shit out. You're cutting it out. You're really understanding like what you need to show up as a good partner. And you're figuring that out because that's the only way you're going to stay healthy and whole. If you show up as a good partner, as a, you know what I mean? As a steady, stable, equal partner. All right, why is the Four of Swords, how's in reverse? Why is that in reverse? How is the Four of Swords energy in reverse showing up for Libra? How is the Four of Swords energy in reverse as the Hangman? Okay, what's the perspective that needs to shift? The Six of Pentacles, what is equal? What you consider equal? Taking into consideration others' views of what they consider equal and balanced, and seeing how that seeing how that fits with you. The Four of Swords, but the Four of Swords is clarified by the Four of Swords. And the Two of Cups again. Yep. The Three of Swords. So it's about keeping an eye out for how the heartbreak and the grief and the pain is still influencing your choices, okay? And the Page of Pentacles is underneath the Two of Cups and the Two of Wands. Yeah, it's being really clear for yourself on what your motivations, what is actually motivating you, what is actually being, is the thing informing your decisions, and clear on your boundaries and your deal breakers, but who you are, being clear on who you are and what your actual needs are, and you've already been giving them to yourself. And so then you understand, I need to be able to maintain all of this. And so what are the things, you know, if somebody's gaslighting me, that doesn't fit in there. If I have to be someone's mother, teacher, therapist, or parent, that doesn't fit in there. That they are not on your, that's potential, and they're not here. If they are in need of those things and they're going and filling those needs with those specific appropriate, then and they're making progress, that's different. But if they're looking at you to do it, no. That's a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. You can't, that's not an intimate relationship. That's a friendship. You feel me? Or, you know what I mean? But no, because you're not equal. There's no equality there. There's no equality there. There's no catching up like that. The only way that those things can be is if they're not looking to you. Do you understand? They're not draining you, and they're recognizing on their own what their issues are and taking the steps on their own. Your role is just to be there as a support and a safe place and a sounding board and hold space for them while they're going through their journey, and that's what they should be doing for you. Do you feel me? Okay, week 3. Okay. So, week 2 ends with healing and you coming out of it. A lot is going on for you. Yeah, dope. A lot of 5D reflection, introspection, dreaming, you know, stillness. So just get on that on April. All of those things, okay? Do all of the things like that. One at a time, whatever. But just do it. Week 3 is the 8 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. This is good energy. Lovely. This, no, not so much. It's not so much that. Right? Not so much. Not so much there. Okay. And it ends with the 4 of Pentacles. So, whatever happens here, you come out of this halting. And I'm feeling like it might be preservation reasons, not withholding, but for preservation, not for protection. You feel me? Not for out of fear. But let's see. Let's see. Okay, the 8 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. This is something you feel like is really good. Like it looks like it's, or you're clear about what you want. That Knight of Wands. How's the Knight of Wands energy showing up for Libra? That will help. It's showing up as the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, so it is. It's something coming to you from external. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. So what kind of opportunity is going to be different for all of you? It's definitely, this reading is tied into love, a love relationship. So that's in there somewhere. But this could just be the next step to get you to that. It doesn't, you know, it's going to be different for everyone. It's showing up as an opportunity. And it's showing up in alignment with your divine path. The Judgment, yep, it's showing up that way. and the Five of Swords. So that's what it is. It's this. Look at this Five of Swords. These parts of you that are insecure, you're about to obliterate them, I think. You're about to. You can handle this, and there's a little part of you that's not totally sure and totally, you don't feel totally, there's still like some information that you feel like you need. And so I would say, just check that. Do you actually need it, or do you just want it? And figure out how to figure that out. Okay, how is the Eight of Swords showing up for Libra? Oh, what am I doing? What? I never shuffled looking at them before. That's hilarious. Okay. How is the Eight of Swords energy showing up for Libra? It's amazing. That's amazing when that happens, the whole deck. Thank you. It's showing up as the Six of Cups. Oh, Libra. You know. This is your destiny. I keep saying that, and I know it sounds woo-woo, but I don't know what other word. But you are fate. This is it. You are fulfilling your soul contract. The Six of Cups, the Six of Pentacles. Let yourself go in this and feel it and keep yourself grounded, okay? So that's what's going on. How is the Four of Pentacles showing up? The Tower and the Page of Swords, which is underneath that. Yeah, it's just still that, like, there's still a little bit of discernment needed here. And there's a little bit of tempering needed here. There's still, like, this situation still has to earn your trust and earn all of your sacred, like, access to all of your sacred divinity. You know what I mean? But there's enough there already that then this is confirmation that you can go into it. If if it feels good to you in all ways and you are able to stay aligned, then go for it, okay? But maintain all of that. So how is the Four of Pentacles showing up? How is the energy of the Four of Pentacles showing up for Libra? It's preservation. It's the Nine of Pentacles. It's the mini Empress. It's showing up as the mini Empress. That's awesome. That's beautiful. That's you getting to a place where you are not afraid to lose whatever that is. You're not afraid to lose yourself. You know you have a solid footing on yourself, and you are good no matter what at the end of the day. Alone or with someone, you're good. You know it. You are in the flow. Libra. The Eight of Pentacles, that's the Master Alchemist. And the Ace of Cups. Yes, that's so beautiful. Yes, Libra, yes. This reading is like a blueprint for you, okay? It's so funny because that relates to my life in a whole different way. Oh, that's funny. Okay. All right. Week 4. This is a good reading. It's so helpful, right? I hope this is helpful for all of you. I feel like it is, as it is for me, and I'm so grateful that I am the sources allowing me, right? I don't know, that it's coming through the way it is, and that I'm able to help facilitate that, and that the source is gifting us with the information. I know words are so difficult for me to string together. I could touch you, I could give it to you, but words are hard. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So that's coming from a place of no movement, right, to movement. But it also could be, we'll have to see. And the Queen of Pentacles, sideways going into the, heading into the reverse. So something is going on with our self-care. Why is the Knight of Pentacles, well, why is the Queen of Pentacles sideways going into the reverse? Why is the Queen of Pentacles sideways going, and get another sideways card? And that's because the Knight of Pentacles is sideways going into the upright. What? Oh, God. Okay. So that's showing me that's outside of us. That's inside of us and outside of us. The Four of Wands and the King of Wands. The King of Wands is Leo, but it could be Aries, Leo, Sag. Any fire sign, doesn't have to be. The stars underneath the Four of Wands. Yep. And the Queen of Cups is underneath the King of Wands. Okay. This coming in is meant for you. This is a big, powerful, significant event, whatever happening, whatever it is. I think it's more than one thing at once. It's intimate relationship and like career related things. Or life related, like you're building your home. You know what I'm saying? It's that all of this is all together. It's all connected. This is two people in their power, very much in their power. The Ace of Swords is under the Queen of Cups. Cancer, Queen of Cups. It could be any water sign, doesn't have to be any of them. And the Ace of Pentacles is under the Ace of Swords. I just have to look. This is ridiculous. And the Ten of Swords, yeah. The worst is over. The pain is over. This is the beginning. This is the universe. This is the beginning of clarity and stability, longevity. Why else? Can you give me another card on why the Queen of Pentacles is sideways going into the... why is the Knight of Pentacles sideways? The Ten of Wands. Burdens are being in reverse. Is it a withholding then for preservation? The King of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is not about you. This is about the other person, and this is them. I don't fully understand this. Hold on. They are healing. They are getting ready to take action. They are still discovering and uncovering the ways that they are contributing to the burdens that they're carrying. They're still working that out. And then that will result in stability for them. They will, which is when they will start making a move, but it's slow. It's a slow movement. I still feel like there's something else here. Hold on. Let's go up here for a second. Yeah, we're gonna use a different deck. We're gonna use the crows. Yep. Okay. All right. All right, crowsies. Why is the Knight of Pentacles starting week 4? Why is that in reverse? What can you tell us about who that is and what that is? Wow. Okay. We'll look at it. The Knight of Wands. Which is how week 3 started. Why is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse? How is that how's that showing up? How is it showing up? No, why is it in reverse? The Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, this Emperor energy. the Six of Cups again, which is, okay, so this is an understanding of what this is. Is it a... It's healing an inner child. Healing for both of you. The Two of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. The Two of Cups underneath that. Yeah. It's someone trying to figure out how to actually be a dependable partner, and can they do it? And the answer is yes. The Six of Cups is saying yes to both of you. Yes. So the Knight of Pentacles is... All right, well, can you give me another one? How that energy is showing up? Because is it movement? It's the Five of Wands in reverse. Realizing you're on the same team, working toward the same goal. Making sure you're a proper teammate. Coming at it from that view too, you know, that's good. Teammates, partners, like you're all on the same team. You have the same goal, right? How else is the Knight of Pentacles energy showing up? The Six of Wands. It's showing up as something really good. It feels really good. You can see it. It's apparent to everyone, not just you. Why is the Knight of Pentacles? How's it? The King of Pentacles sideways. Yeah, it's showing up in the reverse. But is there action being taken? This is someone still fully getting ready to get themselves show up to you as the King of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. This Queen of Pentacles. Still don't fully understand why she's sideways. I don't fully get it. So, oh, it wants me to use, okay. It wants me to use the Kei Love again for this. Okay, wow, okay. Wish you could see internally what happens for me. It'd probably light up and stuff. Okay. Whew. It like turned on a hot flash for me. It's funny. This didn't start that way, but that's where it's ending up. So maybe for some of you, your hot flashes are actually like psychic hits on some level. Some of them might be that. Not all of them. Some of them are straight up physiological hot flash things. Okay. What is the question to ask about this Queen of Pentacles? Because I don't understand this. Well, it's the same, right? Is it the Queen of Pentacles? There's still a part that needs to be checked for you about not carrying their burdens and not taking on, not gaslighting yourself. Can you give me another card on how this Queen of Pentacles, what do you have to do to get it in the upright? What has to happen for the Queen of Pentacles to go into the upright? The Knight of Cups. And a true offer. An open heart that comes with this offer, of obvious open heart. The Wheel of Fortune, okay. The Wheel, because it's still, the other person is still getting themselves ready, right? There's still things being worked out, kinks being worked out. And so the wheel, that needs to happen so the wheel spins. Right now the wheel is halted and it's gonna halt you too. But it's not, doesn't have to keep you. You won't stay there. Your wheel will switch over if it needs to for you. You keep moving for you. Keep looking at you and keep this present. The Empress in reverse. What? is what has to happen for this Queen of Pentacles to get in the upright. The Empress in reverse. Strength. And the Devil. Whoa. Okay, hold on here, son. Let's move these out of the way. I mean, like, this would be like an extended, right? It's definitely integrating knowing and being. I think it's ego checking. Well, it's coming up as a pattern. The Seven of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Devil. And it goes like this, though. Well, it goes like this for you guys. Seven of Wands, the Ace of Wands. This is the bottom of the deck. This was the bottom, and this is how it goes underneath that. You feel me? This is the pattern. The pattern is to definitely pain is blocking the light. Pain is blocking the truth. The way that you respond to the pain. The split is the Strength and the Chariot, which is, and the King of Cups, which is Leo, Cancer, Scorpio, and the King of Pentacles, oh God, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so that's Emperor. This is Emperor. Okay. Look how much the Strength card stands out from the rest of them. This is understanding what the person opposite you must embody, right? And it is calling on yourself to not settle for anything less than that, and to be able to recognize the potential versus the reality. Not to fool yourself that you're standing in the truth when you're not. Watch those narratives, right? And when you're trying to figure out, like, translate your intuition, that can be very confusing and working all those kinks out. When you get frustrated with it, just automatically, immediately address one of your physical needs. Sleep, food, environment, meditation, movement. See what one of those things you need and do that. And then take yourself into yourself to get yourself out of that space. Okay, a lot of self-care. So your self-care game, our self-care game needs to be on point throughout this whole, that's the focus of April, is keeping the self-care game, it's not a game, right? On point. Let's get your last bit of guidance from the Native Healing Oracle cards. Okay. Base chakra, and I'm going to do one more. Base chakra. So take a screenshot of this. If you want, you don't have to. Okay. Oh. So there's 4 of them. This is a new deck and they do stick together sometimes. Goddess Butterfly, Self-Mastery, Conscious Channeling, Sacred Serpent. I'm going to read. Oh, God. I'm going to read them all. Jesus. Sorry, Wheel of Creation. I mean, it's a pain in the arse, Libra, I'm not going to lie. But this is already an hour and 15 minutes. But I'm tired. My throat hurts. I am human in this divine self, right? Okay. Base chakra. I'll hold them all up individually so you can get screenshots of them individually. Sacred Serpent, Conscious Channeling, Self-Mastery, Goddess Butterfly. And I'll hold them up again when I read them. All right, we have 41, that's 5, 27, 2, 9, 2 9s, 3 9s. Wow. Look out for the number 9 right now, too. Okay, base chakra. Primal force, fertility, abundance. Okay, the elements to look out for: ruby, red, black, obsidian, physical embrace, being grounded, honesty, warrior of love, detachment, genital conditions. Well, that's interesting. Deep within the red dirt of our earth lies the roots of our guardian trees, the ancestors of this land. The base chakra mandala brings you grounding energy. From the depths of the night sky you were born by way of a divine spark from the distant constellations you call home. This mandala reminds you of the importance of grounding your etheric self deep within the earth you now call home. Yeah. Yes. So you stay rooted, right? Always. The tall ones are guiding you to remember that a tree without deep roots will not flourish, as it will be in survival mode. I'm going to mentally check myself and say, when I'm feeling something that doesn't feel good, I'm going to say, am I in survival mode? Is this survival mode? The same is true for everyone. The energy of surviving no longer serves you. As you anchor deeper and embrace your physical foundation, you will find joy in welcoming the thriving energy that comes from being grounded. The deeper the roots, the higher the climb, the greater the view. Surrender to the gift of your human self. Queen of Pentacles, right? Taking over the Empress. The Empress needs to take a back seat there. It's powerful. Here's the base chakra meditation. It's actually not a lot of words, this one, but we do have 4 more cards, so yeah. Okay, Goddess Butterfly. Transition, nonverbal communication, soulmate. That's what we said, right? 5D, son. Goddess Butterfly blesses you with love and transformation. This mandala presents to those that are ready to spread their wings, fly, and nurture other precious souls who are awaiting their own transformation. The Lovers. You will notice the butterfly within this mandala is surrounded by a circle of small pods. These pods represent the souls who are awaiting metamorphosis, and a large part of your journey now is to show them the way. Nurture them as you would yourself. You have all that you need. Now is your time to share your gift to the world. This mandala speaks the language of love. This language is not heard by the ears, but quite simply felt by the heart. The language of love is universal, and all that walk this plane are fluent with the dialect of the heart. So practice communicating in this way. No words are required. It is a silent transfer of love as we pass one another, any other. There are no rules, simply love. As a goddess of love, Venus, Libra, Empress, butterfly also represents the love in your physical life. If you have been seeking love, seek no more. Open your heart and take the hand of love as you dive into the depths with another. Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, Six Lovers, I keep saying, well, Six of Cups. But it's not always that. It is time for your hands to interweave, your hearts to connect, and your souls to smile as you recognize each other and journey forward together. If you are in an existing relationship, the presence of Goddess Butterfly will touch your hearts as you deepen your connection of unity. So the key elements are rose pink, heart chakra, air, teaching, ancient ways, heightened senses, the language of love, new relationships, reconnection with the past. I mean, come on. Here's the meditation. Okay, self-mastery. All right, go us, yeah? The quickening of personal growth, release and renewal, self-care. This healing mandala holds the 12th dimensional energies that are being collectively experienced. These energies are becoming more and more prominent as the earth aligns to higher vibrations. You may have felt physical symptoms, such as dizziness, ringing in the ears, headaches, anxiety, or nausea from certain foods. These are just a few of the symptoms that may appear as your old self is clearing away the debris to make for something new you are integrating. It is suggested that you simply allow the symptoms to pass, but do take the time to offer yourself more love, nourishment, and attention. Ask yourself, how may I support you today? To yourself. Yes, that's a great question to ask. This mandala was created on the 8/8/2015 to represent the commanding energies of the Lion Stargate and signifies the great and expansive times of change we are currently in. Created mathematically as an 8, this mandala will assist you and your crystalline self as you integrate the higher photons of light that are being poured forth from the Creator at a level you are ready to receive. This card indicates that you are in an accelerated period of growth. On a soul level, you have asked for this advanced stage on your journey. I certainly have, on all levels. This mandala simply asks you to continue to flow and remain anchored within your heart space. Get that Queen of Pentacles energy, son. Yep. That's going to help you stay anchored within your heart space and your roots, right? And your Empress. As your soul experiences tremendous growth, be aware that this no longer needs to be tedious. It can be as gentle as you choose it to be. That's right, them. At its foundation, this mandala speaks of self-mastery. All the different paths you have chosen thus far have led you to the same place, to you, your core, your divine self. The journey to self-mastery is the most important journey there is. Them again. So, know your higher guidance celebrates your achievements towards embracing your soul's calling to self-mastery. 8 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Yes, it is true that King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Yes, it is true that self-mastery is an infinite journey and it will lead you to discover more and more of your brilliance. Right now, all you have to do is be that and nothing more. Your inner star is shining with incredible luminescence. It is up to you to create new ways of being within your newly created world for all to see. Know your brilliance will spread at the speed of light. Here is the meditation. It's here and here. Okay. Conscious channeling. Whew. Oh, I opened right up to it. Okay. Allow something to come to you, the flow of ideas, renewed connection. The key elements are rainbow, violet, crown chakra, heart chakra, air, element, faith, knowing, absolute trust in oneself. This mandala acknowledges your desire to open the gateways to the divine. To channel is to have absolute faith in one's self. That is true. That's true. Furthermore, channeling is a natural state of being. Also true. Yes, there are those that are more attuned to channeling, but as it is natural, it is a state everyone will return to. Everyone has instincts, right? Everyone has intuition. Ultimately, it all comes from the same source. We will all walk the earthly plane whilst having clear communication with our higher selves to receive guidance, wisdom, and love. Clear communication with our higher selves. As everyone has their own unique way of communicating with the higher realms, it's important that we each remain open to how messages will be received. Guidance may come through as a sense of knowing, feeling, hearing, and or seeing. Divine guidance is the gentle, loving voice of one's soul, nothing more. There truly is no one better attuned to receiving guidance for you than yourself. In the event you are channeling for another, the most valuable guidance will come through when you become a bridge between your client and their higher self. Exactly. I get that 100%. I ask to be a clear channel. I ask for myself and the cards to be clear vessels for the message to come through in the most truthful, accurate, concise, clear, unbiased, most digestible information possible. Channeling is not about initiating a connection with spirit, as that would suggest separation and you're always connected. A true channel is one that allows themselves to be a conduit to higher guidance. I used to say conduit. This is so dope. Remain open to receiving and trust that guidance can be delivered in countless ways. See yourself as a conduit, Libra, because you are. I say antenna, it's the same thing. All right, here's the beginning of the meditation is down here. And the rest of it is up here. Okay, last one, Sacred Serpent. You are the longest reading so far, but that's okay. That's okay. Light from the darkness, shedding an aspect of the past, transforming challenge into creativity. The key elements are rainbow, the 7 chakras, the 7 main ones, fire, Aztec temple, Kundalini energy, rebirth, nervous system. All right, let's get some Kundalini yoga up here. All right. This healing mandala brings guidance on the transition you are currently experiencing. You are encouraged and supported to enter the Aztec temple of the Serpent of Light. I don't even know what that is, but I'll be Googling it. This mandala of renewal speaks of the balance of light and darkness within and thus without. It represents a time of solstice and celebration. The sacred serpent awakens within your core and watches over you as you descend into the depths of yourself to enter the spiral of life. I wonder if it has to do with summer solstice at all. And maybe something has happened between winter solstice and summer solstice. You feel me? Honor this sacred time as you enter in. See if maybe you had like a shift that happened around winter solstice. And honor the sacred time as you enter your inner temple for a journey that can only lead to renewal. The sacred serpent guides you in reawakening your light, carrying you back within yourself so you can be born anew. Rise again, dear one, as the serpent rises within you. The energy within this mandala suggests that an aspect of your older self is relaxing and making way for a brighter new self to be born. This process can be as simple as you choose for it to be. That's the second time this came up, right? Overthinking. Invite your new self, your higher self within by calling it from your heart. And here is the meditation. Okay, Libra, this was dope. I hope that you found this helpful. Please let me know in the comments, even if it's just a like, that I will know that way. Thank you for coming and sharing your energy with me. And thank you for holding space for me so that I could be a channel and attempt to translate and relay the messages that are coming through for all of you, and sometimes us. I will see you in like 2 weeks at your mid-monthly. I can't wait to see where y'all are. If you have an idea or a specific theme that you want me to, you would like for me to consider for the mid-monthly reading, put it in the comments, okay? I'm not saying I will, but if I'm drawn to it, I will. You know what I mean? If it aligns up. Till then, bye, Libra.